Hi, let's talk about how can you use Amazon Marketing Cloud audiences to overbid your competitors only when a user who is very interested in your product sees your ad. So it's pretty handy way of bidding aggressively only for a certain audience. For example, today I will analyze the audience of people who viewed your product page multiple times, and you can define how many times will be your personal threshold. This is very important, especially in Q4 and especially before Christmas. So let's say the situation is that your competitors are bidding $2 on a certain keyword, but you want to capture only the people who are very interested, so they keep browsing, they're clicking the competitor listings, getting back to yours, and then comparing, or whatever the reason is. Once you add that audience to your sponsor product or sponsor brand or sponsor display ad, then you can adjust the bid adjustment only for that audience. But let me first show you how to create that audience. So once inside the Amazon Marketing Cloud, again on the left you can select measurement and reporting, then Amazon Marketing Cloud, and then once inside just select the audience tab. Then you can browse all different kind of these audiences, but let's create for this video I will cover this one, audience with multiple detail page views, but in the coming days I will be talking about multiple audiences that you can create, and each one of those is a little bit specific. So this audience, you can define shoppers who are more likely to purchase your products. So it's pretty simple to use, so don't be afraid. Choose the advertiser, choose the country, then you can create a rule-based audience, which I'll do right now, and then define the name, and then I would say, for example, more than 3. So those are really interested one, or you can just say more than 2. No, you don't want to capture only those, in this specific example, only those who just viewed your product once. It could be like by an accident. If they saw your product once, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are that interested in your product. But if it's more than 2 times, then that's something. And then you select your date range, time zone. I don't see the point in that. And then you define minimal detail page views per customer. So select a minimum. So I would say that minimum is 3, which is more than 2, of course. Then there's an option. If you have enough traffic, you can also add ASINs to include. In most of the cases, I find this pretty useful, but unfortunately, very often when you add additional ASINs, you will not have the audience size that's big enough. So it needs to be at minimum 2000 users inside in order for you to use it. And there you go. Once you create this audience by clicking here, where's that? Create audience. It will take a few moments for AMC to generate the audience and tell you if it's gonna be approved or not, based on the size of the audience. Okay, so once the audience is created, you will navigate to any of your campaigns that you would like this audience to be added to, and then just hit bid adjustments, then navigate to audiences tab, then hit change audience. You will be presented with these 2 options, like to increase the bids for audiences built by Amazon, which are these 3 by default, like high interest, purchased brand's product, or clicked add brand product to cart. And then the second one will be increase bids on a custom audience created in Amazon Marketing Cloud. So this is the one that you want to select. Now I cannot hit the drop down here because of these privacy issues, but once you hit drop down, you will see all of your audiences created. Once you select the desired ones, just hit the adjustment. You can go up to 900% if you like, but here's the thing. So if your competitors are if the average CPC is $1 and your competitors want to overbeat everybody by bidding $3, and then for this type of audiences, we defined it with really high intent people, you can put like $2 in, still be highest competitors, but for this hot audience this hot audience, you will add, I don't know, additional 500 multiplier. So they will almost never overbid you now, but only for these specific users who are really interested in your product. So that is one of the ways that you can win throughout the year, but especially in Q4, especially around Christmas. See you tomorrow in the next video. I'll be covering additional AMC audience for specifically for Q4. Bye bye.